So the YouTube is running. My internet's still holding up. That's good, good, good. Minimize this here. It's Friday then. As told you guys about this heart rate test here that I was expecting to hit and came through it. Let me readjust here. This is a 15 minutes downtrend as well. So as you can see, it works. And bounce off our purple trend line that we had for the week, right? Let's put in a trend line to the downside. We have a couple people new here. If you guys are new and you cannot speak, you're more than welcome to speak. That's the fast way to get an answer from us. But the feature trading chat, you can type there that I have open all the time. So it would be easy to get your answer. And one of the higher belts we can answer as well. So just something to keep in mind. But you can uh, you can speak with us and talk to us anytime. I absolutely love this trend line break, but the time restrained me to do so, which can be also a flag to the downside continuation. So I'm not gonna do it. The 30 seconds up, but 3 minutes still did not turn yet. It's starting to, but did not turn yet. And remember, after the report, we dump all the way down. Usually, we retrace back. I always give 50% and then 61% of retracement and then 100% retracement. So I will not be surprised if we come up all the way for what we were.
Hey Lou, is this a messed up XABCD I'm looking at that just hit the 188?
X, A, B, C, D. You talking about this here?
Kind of. Starts at 7:30.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
messed up.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is because the report, right? But if you take the report out, the cage. Oh, not this one. Are you talking about this one right here, right?
Yeah, and it actually hit 188 on the dot, and then going back up to the B point.
You are so low. Let me put you higher a little bit. Okay.
How about now?
Yeah, much better. Let's try right there. I'm gonna put in this one. He probably that's what you did. Yeah. Yep. So like I said, it'll be 100% will be the B point will be 100% of this fib. That will be our goal. And as I said, that is was beautiful to get in here, but the problem was uh, time frame. anybody say anything, my thing fell off.
No.
9 o'clock, top of the hour. Probably gonna bring us a little volatility. We can might hit the 100, come back down, and go back up. A possibility. Right now is very risky to enter any trade. It's 30 minutes to the open. We do not trade between 8:45 and 9 o'clock. If we are in a trade, we just manage. We do not get in on any trade around that time. That's the B point. So this fib is done. This harmonic, good call there, over trader. And to see how far is gonna go, we can come back here, post here, and look at that 50%. As I talked to you guys about it, that's how our first retracement, uh, which in this case went to the B point as well. But any downtrend like this, we expect to retrace at least to the 50%. And as I told you guys, we hit there, we'll come back a little bit, and then keep on going up. All part of the plan. We could be doing, because the time is 9:01, we could be coming a little lower than I expect, because the top of the hour and too close to the open. Yeah, if past that 23% would be too low, I would not. I would not count. No, as a wave, because we could be doing this. One, two, three, four, and five. Five wave up. But it's 9 o'clock, close to 9:30. Everything's out of whack. We don't expect much out it, and that's why we don't play it. Ay, ay, ay. Anybody has any question? Anybody? Anybody? We're 30 minutes. Let's take a look since we're
I
all
don't have
here.
any questions, Lou, but I just popped open everything and it hit that exactly hit that wick hit exactly the 50% retracement that you were talking about.
Yeah, did it right. Was perfect.
And now coming back down. So that was, we shouldn't. I don't. I'm not in a trade. I'm flat. I think everyone else should be or is
Should
flat,
be.
but
Yeah.
it was interesting how that played out precisely to what we talked about.
Yeah, for sure. And let's go over this. I'm gonna start in doing this. What I do early morning, but majority of you guys are not here. So might as well we need to do this since if we have time, I'm gonna start in doing this since we have like 30 minutes and we're not enter in anything. This was the uh, W, the harmonic that we play out. Okay, this we've been playing this since September. We wrote this down. Was 1,407 points. We went from here to the B point. There was another 582. That's 2,000 points. We did not do this one, but we've been doing this one. That's another 1,151 points. Did we do this entirely all the time? No. We got in every like here, and then when we went back up, and then we came down, we went up. We play all, so we probably have close to 20,000 points on this. But we've been playing this every single step of the way. Again, in here we just play some each day, right? We play some inside those, but I did not play coming down to retest. But the rest we play the entire time. We left the B point in here untouched. That's why I marked and put in this red line. I know we will touch this sometime, but I don't know when. I cannot put in time on that, but we will touch this B point. I guarantee you that. We are on a, let me put it this way. We are on this channel that is over here. You can see it. We touch, we touch, we touch, touch, we touch, precise. And right now, we are 3/4 of the way to this one. So Nasdaq is an uptrend for sure, as always has been. Uh, Momentum. This morning at 7 o'clock, can you guys see he is starting to turn? That's what daily story. Started to turn and then started to turn a little bit more. But take about a week for this to do this. Take almost a week to start turning the other direction. So we can still have some push up, but the daily is starting to lose momentum. Okay, so that's what you need to thinking about it. And if you look here on this point, this point, this point, and this point, we are starting to lose momentum. So people are running out of money. You guys can hear me, right? I'm not just talking here for no reason,
No,
right? Okay. 120 minutes. That's 120 minutes. If you do not have 120 minutes, I'll suggest you to do it. Go to configure and change one of those for 120 or edit 120 minutes, which would be the 2 hours. We've been following this rising wedge that was broke yesterday, right here. That's what made to come down. So all technicals worked. I did. putting this trend line here today, this daily trend line to support, and this is I'm sorry, this is hourly, is yellow, is hourly trend line, and this green is a daily trend line that match right here cross. So we might be coming to this direction right here today. So just something to think about because 120, as you can see, is down, but again, feels like the momentum starting to turn to the upside. So we might have this pullback down that brought this down, and now we're gonna bring back up because our main goal is all the way here, right to this green, which putting us about 566 points. So we must hit this, putting us at 16,300. And then what's gonna happen is the same that we did in 15,000. We're gonna be around here, and then gonna go to the 16,300, and then we're gonna be around the 16,000 to 5,000, 15,800, and then go back to the 16,300, and then we're gonna be falling to the 17,000. That happens since I was in Nasdaq. I think it was in the 8,000 number, 8 or 9. Probably was 8, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. When I started was 8,000, and now we are right in 16,000. If you had told somebody back then that I will be in 16,000 almost, you call you nuts. But I post all my trends on the channel. Look, comment, and chart, so you can go back there and look. Let's go to the 60 minutes here. See what we have. You see how the 60 minutes is already turning, right? It's making a turn. Momentum's turning. We're morning, Doyle.
Hey, good morning.
I'm just going over since we have time from 9 to 30, going over what I do in the morning
Okay.
because I have a lot of people here. So jump in, whatever. How you
Hey,
feeling?
Better today.
Okay, good, good.
hey, Lou.
Yeah, Cully.
Those three red lines that you have heading in a downward trend, are those your expectations of where you think the market could go, or how did you arrive at those?
Those are gonna get there. That those are 15 minutes, I believe. We'll get there in a little bit.
Gotcha.
But good question though. 60 minutes, like I said, we are not losing momentum. So I'm losing down pressure momentum. We are momentum starting to picking it up, so I can see a little bit push up. Let's go to the 15 minutes. I believe, yeah, right there. Carly, that's what I saw this morning. And I'll show you. Let me take the. See, oh shoot. Okay, and I'll take this out. So what I did right here, push this trend line in the morning, and then I pushed this trend, and then I did this one. We took this trend, and then we reversed this trend, and then we went up on this trend to go up it again. So we did those things this morning. Touch the purple, our purple trend line that we have for a long time, that you also can look on my chart and found where it came from. But those red, that's what it was just to break the trend. And then you can see how we retest the trend, a hard retest here. Because when we are playing those trends, you guys need to remember those are 15 minutes trend. If it comes all the way down here, it's strong. And it seems like on 30 seconds is a lot, but 15 minutes is just one candle. So does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It looks like you've got a, excuse me, looks like you have a consolidation area right below that too.
Right here,
Yeah.
this is a gap. if I squish, you see the gap actually needs to be changed a little bit, the gap now. When you see this brown thing is the gaps. I'll post another one that I just saw here. You see this gap here. I just put it so you can visualize the gaps in case we miss. And what the gap does, we can hold it above the gap or we can break right through it. Little gaps like this is easy to break through it, but some gaps like this one, this big gap here.
That's just where you see the volume profile needing to fill in at some point.
Yes, correct. So that means that we're gonna be sideways here. All this here was a gap. So we filled this gap and look how much build, but we need to fill this, and this.
Gotcha.
So,
Thank you, sir.
yep, that means that we're gonna be in this area here or this area here, this area here a little longer, just to fill the gap. That's uh, let's see now on, and the 15 minutes is up, momentum is up. That's what I was telling you guys early this morning, that the break the trend would be good. And then I knew it. I had marked, I took this already, and I need to take this one out because play out. I have my high probability trade on this, and that. We play out all three of them. I did not have it in purple because it was so close to the red that I did not want to put in two together. Let's see, it's 8, 9, 16 still, so we still have time.
So when you're creating a chart from scratch, Lou,
Mm-hmm.
uh, do you have like a legend of colors that you use as far as which trend lines to respect more? Like your longest term trend line looks like it's a solid green, maybe.
Yeah, I'll show you. That's a great question. I have templates. So my default is that baby blue. Doyle has a trend. I put in a like when I put a specific trend line, uh, I want to know where I caught from. So usually I use a lot of Doyle's. If I see so if you see a and I can show you which one is Doyle color. But if you see something important, you can name to what you want. But let's see here. 10 minutes would be blue, 120 brown, 15 minutes red, 5 minutes white, 60 minutes yellow, and the day is light green. Is this color right here.
Gotcha.
Do you guys want me to repeat that or you guys got it?
No, it just helps to visualize it. I've watched it in Doyle's white belt video too, and I know everybody has a little different process.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah,
just trying to follow along with your chart. So that's helpful. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So that's the way. A lot of people does like mine, so this way when they see it, they can compare uh, the way. Let's see. So that's the 5 minutes. 5 minutes we hooked to the upside. 5 minutes was the downside this morning when I opened, but turned to the hook to the upside. And that's why I do my chart to the 5 minutes. I do not go below 5 minutes. Sometimes I do 3 minutes, but if I do the 3 minutes, I don't do the 5 minutes. I just do the 3 minutes um, because they're pretty similar. And uh, my indicators are pivot point. That's daily in here. I'll scroll a little bit here so you guys can see. I have a bar timer right here. It's very, very important to have the time of the candle It's very, very important to have this. I do have lifetime, so I use Order Flow View app. Uh, I do not use a deviation, so I put it on. Order Flow Market, that's Min Doyle. We use this a lot. It's a very nice tool to be used. If you guys have lifetime, I suggest you to do it. Uh, AB toolbar, that is those things here on the top that let us take the trades, show you guys what the trades were. We can take all the indicators off. It's just a little plus. It's an add-on. You can get to one of us and we help you to log in. Not me actually. You need to talk to most Doyle on our end because he can show you how to do it. I'm not good with computers. Our MACD, I use this one because the colors and etc. But most important, any MACD would work. 8, 22, 12. That's the numbers you need to have on your MACD. Okay. Beside that, everything's normal. Volume up and down is this volume is a normal volume, but giving us a chance to put a color. Okay. You can change colors because the volume, normal volume does not let you change colors. Volume up and down allowed you to change colors, and I have in one in each tick. Beside that, everything is the same. And order flow volume profile, that's we set it up. I like one is red and green, but it was giving me a lot of problems holding it. When I open one 3 minutes to 10 minutes or to 60 minutes was holding me back a lot. And we usually use the volume profile just for the gaps. So the way we use is, like I said, just for the gaps. So that's why we put it clear. Thank goodness for Doyle that found that out because it was a pain in the butt for me. Colors of lines, you can decide what you're gonna do, but that is the only ones that I use. So, and again, that's 3 minutes, and then my entrance is 30 seconds, as you guys know, and that's it.
I'm always appreciative of you guys going through this stuff. I know you probably get tired of doing it every
Oh
week,
no,
but
no.
it helps solidify it for guys like me that have only been trading for a limited period of time.
Oh no, man. I'm glad. I'm happy to do it, and I'll do every week if you need it. I do every day if you need it. So uh, it's no big deal at all. If you guys didn't even ask, I decided to do it. So you can see that for me it doesn't bug me at all. Uh, Maybe Monday, what I would do, I will open. Uh, that's what I do. Monday 9 o'clock. What I would do, I'll open a new chart, NQ or MNQ, whatever, and I'll do all the trend lines from the beginning, like for a blank, and start over, and then we compare what we have right now and see if we can have some match.
That would be great.
Yep,
I would really appreciate that.
yep, yep. I'll definitely do that. And when I start, I always had the two. I have an NQ and MNQ. I never trade NQ, but I like to trend I did all MNQ and I did all NQ trends too, and I always go back and forth comparing to see what did I miss, what I didn't miss. Was this trend line okay? Was this trend line not okay? And by the end of the day, uh, like for example, I'm working on NQ here. By the end of the day, I'm gonna have a lot of trend lines, right? So I'll go back to my other chart, would be MNQ at this case, that just have the long terms, and I'll push the trends, and I'll do the trends that I think should be there, and then I compare both trends back and forth. I click in one, I click in the other, to compare to see what did I miss, what should I have known, and so it was a lot of work, but worth it. But yeah, I'll do that. Just remind me Monday if I forget. Remind me, hey, Louis told me you're going to start from zero, so I'll open a chart and do it. Take about 5 minutes now because I did so many times. I guess your eyes get used to it, right? And your brain just working and trying to put it all together.
I know we're getting close to the open, but I wanted to ask one more question.
Yep.
Is that really what helped your evolution as a trader the most? Was kind of going through and systematically putting together a chart on a daily or weekly or
Yep,
monthly
yep.
basis?
Every time that helps a bunch. My break was when I started believing my trend because I was so much of my trend, but I did not believe
Yep.
it. But the day that I believe in my like this trend here, I'll take this trade any day. But
And and
why?
the and it, the easiest way to start believing in it is to have a little accountability there. And so one thing that can be useful would be for you to do that top down that Lou's talking about. You know, start off with your daily, move down into your hourly, your 30 minutes. And there's really not a point in, prior to the trading day starting, having a lot of, smaller time frame 1 and 3 minute type lines on your chart. Every week I just clear all of those off and start
Yep,
over.
I do too.
But you really start to get good when you take those lines and then you start forecasting where you think the areas of activity are going to be, and then you publish those and ask the coral belts, hey, what do you think? Because that's a slightly different process in your mind, because at that point you're starting to make a decision, and behavioral from a behavior perspective, there's just some different psychology that takes place. Does that kind of make sense?
And that's
So you
gonna,
know how Lou,
yeah.
Absolutely.
predicted, those
Yeah,
high
that makes a
probability
lot of sense.
areas. Yeah, if you take your analysis and you kind of zoom out and you say, hey, it looks like this is the area we're probably going to play in today, and then zoom in on, where price action, the high and the low range, and say, hey, this is where I think price is going to wiggle around and either explode from or get rejected from, and then publish that and ask others what they think. That's actually what I did when I started publishing. Um, I put a lot more thought into what I was putting out there because I was putting a little piece of me out there, ready to get it criticized.
And we will. Don't take us wrong. We're gonna say, hey, this one doesn't work, this one work, this one does. But the reason that we do it, the reason that we do it is to make you better.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. But hey,
Definitely want that feedback as well. You know.
yeah, yeah. But we talk a little bit more after the open. After we have a little bit more time, we can talk a little bit. It's just 2 minutes to the open.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. Good questions. Good questions.
Excellent questions. Even Doyle feeling bad, jump in. Was that good?
I feel a lot. I'm still not quite right yet, but I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday. Of course, I got like freaking 12 hours of continuous sleep last night.
Yeah,
So
good. Good.
went to bed at 8 and woke
One
up at
minute.
8.
Yeah, nice. We are playing here this M. I have to put in a trend here real quick before the open. Uh, if you guys see this little M here, remember today is Friday. We do not give our money back. It's our money and we want it now. So do not give your money back. If it's not a good trade, don't get in. Do not fight. Today is not a good day to be behind before the open because it can be a sideways open.
Ding, 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 ding,
Taking
ding, ding, ding.
profit. Just took profit on my trade. Did you guys see that? Hopefully. I am not in the trade right now. And that's the reason I took profit. Because this can happen.
Oh, this feels like a slow open compared
It
to
is.
what we've been seeing the last. Maybe everybody is exhausted after earnings
Oh.
season. I think I like this for a long scalp. Let's give it a try.
Yeah, I did two positive scalps so far. I want to see if I can let this one here run. Come on, baby. You can do it. There it is. You can do it. Alright, I'm gonna put it SIP. I'm not to 100% on that. Right, good, good, good. I'm gonna stand by for a little bit. If it breaks the purple line, I'm gonna get in. But until do that, I'm gonna wait for just to fight a little bit. We have a lot more buyer. Remember, guys, I talked to you guys about it. We have a lot more buyer in this area than sell. Look how much buyers we have on the area that we are working. We have a lot more buyers than sellers. I'm liking now. Okay, let's see if you give me a green, I'm sorry, a red candle so I can get back in. Oh, it's a right view app. No, I'm not getting in. I'm gonna stick with my thing on the purple. I'm gonna be a little late, but I just don't want it to be very bullish, huh? Very bullish. But I still think that has one more red candle here somewhere holding for us. Look the volatility on the down here on the left of my screen. Look how volatile it is.
That's
Hmm?
taking. This is taking too long.
Yeah, it's
Acting
retesting
like
this
it wants to break
downtrend.
down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I think it still has one down push, but I can be wrong. Yeah, there you go. Now give me a little red candle here. There you go. I'm gonna move this to bottom of the. I'm still got in too early, but we'll see. We'll
Yeah, I'm
see.
choking my stop up to the bottom of this 1 minute candle.
Yeah,
It
that's
hit
what I
me.
have
I'm going to
on my.
reverse it actually.
I should have to wait for my purple trend. Damn it. Being a view app sucks, you know, because we don't have to reverse to the main thing.
May just be looking for too big of a move out of this range this morning. You need to just choke this up and like really scalp it for like 7 points instead of looking for 20-point moves. Because this is
Oh, that's a
up.
very bullish candle right there on a red candle, but was very bullish. Volatility is pretty high as well. Has a lot of people doing with Amazon, dealing with Amazon and then dealing with this Facebook crap as well.
Facebook's name change.
Yeah. Um, so the POC got dropped to here as well. So now we have the POC and the View app. So it's gonna be even harder to get out of here. And the purple. Do you think today will be the day that take profit day, Doyle?
Well, so far it was acting like it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
now
nice.
everything has picked a direction. It looks like.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Guys, I'm not answering no DMs, okay? So y'all know. I'm sorry.
That blue trend line that I've got, it's fighting with it a little bit.
Ay, ay, ay.
Where's that line coming from? The short line from October 13th.
I moved my stop on my other two. I took profit some of the other accounts. I'm gonna leave this one here to run to see
But we
what
got the
they
daily
cause.
pivot right here.
Yep, yep. I'm looking at it
And
right
there's a
now.
big block order sitting on top of it too, 80,
Yeah.
84 unit.
Okay. Oh man, it's raining here. That makes me sleepy. Oh, look, the POC.
Big sell order just came through,
The POC came up.
112. I like that little bubble thing.
I like the bubble thing. Come on, baby. And remember this right here, guys, is the gap that we marked, right? So that can give us a little issue. Not much, just a little. Beautiful. Break through it and stay up. No, 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 no. To the other way. To the other way. Jeez, I had to sneeze. If anybody took on the purple line, like I mentioned, take some profit, okay? Beautiful trade, guys. Beautiful trade.
I'm gonna try to get a scalp off this 161 here.
You out?
A scalp short.
Out on the other count? Oh
Well, I'm
no,
just
you
looking for
out.
a small bounce off the 161. This was the 161 we just hit. First profit target was hit, second target was hit, and third was almost hit. I'm SIP either way, so there it went.
I
All three
got
targets were hit.
got sipped.
Those quick scalps, I've got an ATM just set up to take me out at roughly 3, 5, and 7 points of profit.
Cool, cool, cool. The
Turned out to be a decent rejection off that 161. Didn't have divergence on the 1 minute, so I didn't commit a longer trade to it. I just saw divergence on my smaller time frame, so I was just looking for a tiny little scalp. But 161's got permission to play back to the
where
100%.
where did you get the
This this ABCD move here on my 3-minute chart,
okay.
anchoring the B to C, we hit the 161 precisely.
Yep, I got it. Thank
Yep,
you.
just above the daily pivot.
Thank you. Hey, Carly, way to go, man. Way to go. Proud of you, brother. Way to go. What is that you send? What is this?
In the partner chat,
Yeah,
it's
is an
some
idea
possible
or?
changes. Yeah, it's an idea.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna test another short here to take us down to this 100%. I'm still a little tired. I maybe shouldn't have done that because this could just be wave 3 on a 5 wave. I'll manage it tight. I'll sip after my first target was hit there. Sip to me. Fine. Actually, I think this might be a flag break starting to happen.
Yes,
What do you think?
sirree. Yes, sirree. I'm still holding my long. I'm still holding my long. I'm holding to the 227 that I'll take profit. I'm not gonna play above that. We've been uh, trading to the 227 a lot. So that's what I'll be looking for. But 188, if you guys take profit. Corey, I forgot to ask, did you take profit or you still win? Sorry, man, I didn't give. I forgot to ask. Oh.
I took profit.
Okay, okay, cool. How
I,
many
I
points?
got total probably about 100 off of those three.
Oh,
Of those three.
fantastic, man.
Nice. Good job, good job. And you took off the purple or you took with us when we took it? If you're not traded, you don't need to answer. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, I'm not in the trade right now. I entered that first trade 46.75 and got stipped pretty quickly, and then I kind of went 111 after that, depending upon that candle,
Hmm.
and then wrote it up. I exited at 62 and 64 and 72.25.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, 72. Just careful with that next time because we passed through 127. Keep in mind in the 127 usually is a bounce there. So instead of go above 2 or 3 points, you know what I'm saying? So I expect of 127 bounce. Did not happen this time, but usually does.
Gotcha.
Just something to keep back in your head, or instead of taking the profit, go close. You know what I mean? Go behind the candle or something. Because the
I
127 usually bounce to 100. Again, not this time, was still the pressure of the open, but usually 127 we have a bounce. A lot of people take profit at 127. I hate for you to miss 10 points because you didn't want to take a profit because two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was my concern is that it would wick back against me. So
Yep, yep. No, you did good. Good job.
thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah, yeah. At the POC right now, we are trying to. The reason we did not kept going up here, guys, you can see that we close. We went. We broke to the gap. However, we did not close inside the gap. So that is my concern about this. So that's why it's fighting here is to get enough to push through it. But you can see a lot of people here is making to get in on the gap because what happened when you get in the gap on the shorts here, those probably gonna disappear and the buying is gonna come behind and push right through it and explode through it. That's what I think. Or we can go sideways here for a while to get energy. But look at this, how much buyers we have against the sellers in this area here. Can you guys see that as I seen this? And it has a lot of participant in the market right now. Lots of participants now disappeared. You see the market comes in, push, and then they get out, and now starting to trying to back up, and then the market people come back in, try to keep pushing, and then they get out, wait for everybody else to go through it. Everybody's out of this trade right now. Let's see if they jump back in. Check this area here. If this filled again, is because people are coming in to push through it. The market makers are trying to have a lot right there. Just jump in to push. Still in a little bit. Do not. Now it's all gone. Let's see if they jump back in if the market goes down. Remember 188 here, a lot of people's gonna take profit here as well, but since we are inside the gap, we might break right through it to the 227 and to the high probability trade. Doyle, did he fall asleep or something? Oh, Doyle.
Yeah, what's up?
No, no, nothing. Just
Uh,
checking on you.
oh, yeah.
You got
You know,
quiet
there's a
suddenly,
big,
so.
right above the 188 at 700, there's a big order sitting there. So there might be a little rejection when it gets to that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, the 188. I'm just um, it's a little because I think if we get in there, it's gonna be like a big push, you know. And the market right now is just a little bit of sellers, a lot of buyers under. As you can see, a lot of buyers here and a little bit of sellers. So There you go, man. Every single day
Single
I
day.
show
Lou,
the
can you hear me?
best. Yes, sir. Now I can.
Now I can. Okay, so with the 188, what number is it? Because it's purple line. I cannot see it on my screen. This one.
Right here. You see
What
it?
what number?
188.
Should be
It's
That's fine.
694 if that's
695.
5. Oh, okay, perfect. Thanks.
There you go. Bam. 50 points. Another day, another dollar, brother. As promised, that I would do my best to give you guys that. If you short from 188, putting SIP on it, you can take one off. I would. If you have more than one, this is my last account that I have, so I'm gonna move my. Actually, I'm gonna move to here on the.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to that. We're back at the high from a couple of weeks ago.
You had 700.
Yeah, it's acted as resistance and support several times now. So
Surprising part is Amazon and Apple didn't bring the market down.
It did 150 points.
Points. Yeah, I was expecting a significant more, and Apple to go down more too, but Apple found a floor too, and so did Amazon.
Yeah.
any negative thing that's hitting Amazon, it's going to be pretty short-lived. And Apple, Apple's got a loyal following. Just because they have some supply chain issues with everything that's happening right now doesn't mean people aren't going to buy iPhones. It just means they're not going to buy iPhones this quarter.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah, there are people that kind of day trade and swing trade Apple, but Apple and Amazon have got a pretty loyal following. People get in those stocks and stay there. So they buy pretty much every dip they can find. That's one thing that keeps those stocks pretty stable. Great liquidity if you've got a bunch of money to just day trade, $1 or $2 moves on those stocks. But I like the futures. I like the leverage.
Yep. Me too.
And for folks with small accounts, no pattern day trade rule.
25 grand.
That's where you're at so far for the day?
No, 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 no. I'm saying 25
Oh,
for the
oh,
stock.
the PDT rule. Yeah.
BDT rule. Yeah. I'm on for the week. I'm on right now. I'm close to 900.
Grabbing a little short scalp here.
Yeah, I was going to short on my other two accounts, but I was making a screenshot of the 50 points.
Taking one
So,
off, move to step took. Yep, that just grabbed all three of them.
so I did not short, but I wanted to short on 188 just in case. For sure, I would like to short onto 27, as I mentioned. That's what I would be taking profit. But 3 minutes is starting to turn, starting to hook down.
Yeah,
So
1 minute's got divergent.
yeah, hopefully we can give a last push so I can get out of this trade and I can answer all you guys' questions because I'll be.
Oh, I gotta drop. I'll be back.
Yep. Uh, anybody in any trade, anybody on anything that I can help. I'm just have this trade running so I can answer all the questions that may need.
flat. I caught like 80 points.
Nice, brother. Nice, nice, nice. Now you can buy dog food this week then, right?
Yeah, I can buy 2 bags.
Do you guys breed too, or no? You just
Now they're all fixed.
every time my wife sees it, it's like I want, I want. It's like no more dogs.
That's what I keep saying. Like, no.
Yeah. We had one, but I ran over with my semi by
Whoops.
accident. Yeah,
I would hope by accident. Jesus.
yeah. I need to put it out there, right? And I didn't. I love animals, so I'll not be able to. Oh, they were running. All my dogs were running next to the car, and I'm living a farm, man. They need to know, but and I cannot even see from a semi how we're gonna be able to see it, you know? And I just had a little glunk, and I look in the back, like, oh shit. I thought my wife was going to kill me. It was bad, real bad.
All right, Lou. Took off 5 contracts holding.
Nice. We're in POC here.
Let's go.
We might be,
Shorts.
yeah, we might be doing a right shoulder here. Now bringing it 690. What is your entrance at?
691.
Yeah, that'll be the right shoulder. I still think that we might be hitting to the 227, but
I have a tight stop on
we
this.
might not. If you took 5 off
Like,
already, I'll put in your stop right above the pivot point there. Yeah, this can still be doing a flag, right, guys? Um, just something to think about it. It's Friday then,
all
it's
right.
Sunday,
Did I
Monday.
miss anything?
Did you move the SIP to the lower or no? You left on the entrance. I still think we are going to go up, but
Oh
not that
yeah.
it's not going to have a retracement, you know. So I hate for you say to you to take it the profit because you have a good entrance, but it's catchy.
Yeah, I'm already up for the day, so I could just kill my and just go back to sleep.
Yeah, I took profit in all my other accounts, and I just holding this one here.
Just want to say hi, everyone. I'm just a new guy here.
Yeah, whatever. You're the crazy new guy then. Is cold there yet in Washington?
Dude, it's been raining nonstop.
In here too,
And
man.
you're
Huh?
that's it. No more contracts.
Yep. Uh, yeah, and here in Ohio it's been raining a lot too. But
It's
it's
been
been
like
on
40. 47.50 here.
Here's
Like,
30 to 40.
oh my God.
Yeah. I'm 2 hours from Canada, right? So I'm right there. And
Uh,
this could be the shoulder, but again, I still think that we're gonna go to the 227. But if you want to give it a try, take the shoulder to see if it works out. You can put a sip on it.
yeah, I was gonna wait till Monday to trade. Since I haven't traded over a week, almost 2 weeks,
Yeah.
man.
Wow. You found a new girlfriend and now you're okay.
No.
You
But
drank
he's
all
still
your
okay, right,
whiskey.
Mallow? You're all good, buddy. You're all good.
Uh, I'm all good, man. The road to recovery, and I took
Go
some time off, man.
go blow some of that money you just made.
Well, I do have a little bit of a stack hundreds right here.
Nice. Yeah, the shoulder did not work play out as I was
I know where.
mentioned.
Oh,
I hope you're doing good, Roga.
He is. I have to hit his hand a few times this week, couple times.
Ah,
I got to have baseball bat out, but he's doing good.
green is green, but I had some hiccups for sure too. So all good.
My dream is all you guys do what I'm doing right now here. Get the money, get all you need, take all the money that you want from that trade, and just let run. Easy peasy. And just let that thing run. Not worry about it. Not be scared or anything.
and look at that, Lou. Diamond hands.
Yep. And I put in my SIP, strategize my SIP. I took the profits that I wanted to, and you know, at 227, I'll take profit. Uh, 3 minutes is still up. 30 seconds as well. We're on the top uh, of the gap here, so we might want to fill this. And if you guys, well, you can YouTube is everything record, so you can go back there and check what I said is going to happen. 188, we're gonna come back down a little bit. We're gonna come back up, and we're gonna fill all the way up of the gap.
Where did you
Uh,
have your fibs, Lou?
Fibs is from 15658 to 609. from here
Okay.
to here. Is that A, B, C, D. And guys, this is not magic, no, okay? This is working and find the places and see what happen over and over and over and believe you on your strategy. It's like if you come and hits me, it's fine. If finish what I wanted to finish, perfect. But even if you come all the way down here and sip me, I'll be happy with my trade. Because I took all the money that I won already from this trade. Now it's just teaching myself to hold it and be patient. And let's play out.
Do you also look at that as a three driver now?
Definitely. Yeah, the three drives would be at 227, right?
I mean, hasn't got there yet, but
No,
I
no,
guess
yeah, the three is perfect.
that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. If it does, we make the three drives one, two, and three. It will be perfect. And this is the high probability trade as well. I did not know the 227 would be on this trend, so I could, if I think I'm gonna take profit, like I'm saying that I'm gonna take profit, but the this can be going up all day long as well. Anybody have any question? Greg, how you doing, man? Greg, are you here? He may muted me. Anybody in any trade? Does anybody need any help?
Just looking for the next trade, Lou.
Yeah, I real like the 227. I real like the three drive patterns like Mellow saw. But let's take it as a scalp and see if keep on going, okay? Let's not uh let's not give too much to it because could be a day that
227 approach.
we just got an Amazon. Oh man, I'm gonna take this profit. I'm gonna move to here. Had a bad news in Amazon here. We are going up. This could be a spike up to make the three drives So this is news, so we might be coming down from here. That's why I push my SIP up. People are talking about Amazon right now, so they are. That's why I knew it.
What's happening with the Amazon?
Now they are just talking about how bad it was and so forth, and Yahoo just sending me a message about it. So every time has a news like this, you see the market react like that. You see it? That is yep, I knew it. That spike was
Yeah.
the return.
Didn't quite hit the
Nope,
227,
did
but
not.
it broke that trend line and it
Did
nice
not,
move
but they did
down.
the three drive pattern. And as soon as I hit that three, I got the message. I read it, and I knew it was going to dump.
All right, Lou, I'm in my short.
You could
Well, just made
hold.
a D leg.
Yeah, you could
Let's see where
hold.
the
We have this D lag here, and we have this D lag here. I think we're gonna come back down all the way to start of the day. I think we're gonna come back down to here.
I'm gonna take my 100 points and run for the day.
Do it. Do it.
I will see
Do it.
y'all Monday.
All right, brother. Great work
Have,
this
All
week,
right.
man.
good
have a
job,
good
Jack.
weekend, y'all.
Yeah. So we trade here with technicals, right? But we need to pay attention on the news. So I have my phone right here next to me. I knew as soon as they started saying bad things about Amazon, we had this spike, and I knew we were not going to get it to 27. That's why I moved my SIP very close to it in case I was wrong and was going to go back up. But I knew we were
I
going to
just
have a dump.
find it a little, I don't know, crazy weird, but the timing for it, and it's so close to the 227. And all of a sudden, bad news.
Yeah,
So that phrase where it said buy on rumors, sell on news worked.
yeah. And it was funny because I saw it. I said it was going to happen. It happened, and boom. And but I did not get in. I could not get in because I was
So
reading.
was there any more news, or they were just talking on CNBC about it?
Was Yahoo. Let me see. My, Amazon weak quarters reveal that it is in a heavy investment mode. Analyst. Let me post in feature trading so you guys can read about it.
The funny part is the Amazon stock itself didn't go down, but Nasdaq went down.
Yep, I knew it would happen. I have seen this thousands of times.
Dewey,
Yeah, what's up?
wait, you just posted on Discord or no? 8 hours.
The what? Where?
That's if I can find it now. No, it popped out of my right screen. It said 8 hours worth of work or something just to lose $12, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about. So,
Just hit the B point.
yep, big point.
Jack, Jack made some comments about how hard he worked yesterday to make 12 bucks and how easy it was today to do it in 45 minutes.
Ah, gotcha,
Oh, that was
gotcha.
check. Okay.
Lou, could this be a right shoulder that's forming?
Could be. Yep, for sure. Yes, sirree.
You're right, Lou.
What? What
I
about?
know it's not a new one, but just talking to a new one.
What?
Oh, nothing.
What do you say I was right about which part?
From this morning.
Ah, yeah, yeah. That's your right shoulder here. You better put it sip if you don't like if you took it.
Lou, you don't trade in the 1 minute, just the 30 seconds?
Yeah, I
Or
get
this?
in. I get in on 30 seconds and I have a 3 minutes and a 10 minutes open on my other screens.
Okay. So everyone really saying
30
the 30
seconds.
seconds, yeah.
Yep.
Even on YouTube?
Even yeah, that's the screen that you guys see is the one that they see on YouTube. I wish I could put in different, screens. If I could put all my screens, I would, but I can't. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's Friday then.
Yeah, I wonder if Greg's there. Yo, Greg, you
Yeah,
there?
Greg. He's meditating a lot, so he might be meditating or something. Yeah, we could be in this consolidation here too, guys. And stay here all day long. As today's Friday, um, everybody has their money where they want to, since um, the earnings are out.
Quick, short scalp.
Nice.
Wonder if that's a bad habit, man.
Hey, it's working, right? So it's not bad.
No.
You scalp short, I scalp long. I'll buy whatever you sell it. What about that?
I still haven't mastered the long yet. So yeah. In time, I will. But I am like trying to focus and trying to read up on more on it. That would probably help me.
Yeah, I kind
Just
of
the
like. I don't like to. I'm gonna not gonna say that I don't like. I love scalping, but I just don't have more patience anymore. And it's kind of. I can take a 50 to 300 to 500 points. Why I'm gonna be fighting here? For freaking 10 points here, 5 points there that I can get in and just let it roll and not have to work for it. You know? You see the difference from me and Doyle. Like Doyle get in and out, in and out, in and out. I get in and stay in all the way. Uh, but he's gonna be in a point that he's gonna change as well. And then we're gonna have an
especially if the account gets way bigger.
yeah, because there's no reason to be here fighting and in and out, in and out, in and out. And if I can get in and just stay in, knowing what the market's gonna do, you know. So
You said you still have longs.
I
You're
do.
still holding,
Yeah, I'm still hold them 400 something
even
points
even
up.
if it goes to the moon.
I'm gonna hold that all the way to December, if unless I get sipped. I don't touch that one. I put in my profit. I put in my sip in the profit that I want, and I'll leave that one running. In December, when the contracts cross over, I'll
When did you get in? Like 2, 3 weeks ago? Because I seen a perfect entry, but
this Monday.
uh,
I've been entering every week, every Monday. I'm entering, and I'm holding 300 points in that account. But come and sip me. This time I went to 400 points from this Monday, and I have my sip. So let's see if it holds or not. If you break this pivot point here, is a bearish signal for us. However, we have where the 127 is, kind of like a barrier there. So we are kind of like stopping in there. So I'll be, which right now is around the POC. So we'll see if it keeps on going down, where it's gonna giving us area to work with. 3 minutes is bearish. We do have a lot of buy order right by the POC. That's probably why this came back up. And the reason that I did not change the fibs yet on this ABCD, because I'm hoping to hit the 227 still, which is the same as this brown trend. So I can take this off so be clear on my screen. 227 is this right here. The POC, we have a good order right there. Let's see if that would hold. in this area here. We've been holding this area. Um, see what happens. I think the rest of the day we might stay in this area, a consolidation. Um, we might change a little bit to the upside or to the downside, but it's gonna be grinding like this, I believe.
So are we in like a symmetrical triangle? Not really
Not
drawing anything.
necessary. Will be just more as a channel, right?
Because
Uh,
of the POC.
oh, the POC holds here, right? But not because the POC. I think will be. This is just for us to have an idea, okay? I'm not saying that it's going to be. I'm just putting an area here for us, right here. This area here, we might be
So in this type of
doing that.
movement right here, and the area you
Hmm.
just shown,
Yeah.
would you even recommend try to trade it in here?
Nope, not right now. You can do is trying to find the bottom and try to go to the top and vice versa, get the.
Because initially I'm trying to find uh, a good entry for a long, but still waiting a little to go down a little more.
Yeah, we might go down a little more. So we might be on this area here. If it breaks, we are not in this consolidation. So if it goes back up, that shows that we are in this channel. So we'll see. We'll see what would happen. We'll keep it. We can be doing this leg here to come back up. Right here, I'm talking about this one here. Come back up, but and still 10:30. My goodness. So if you took from
So
the
I,
bottom, put in
yeah, that's
SIP,
what I did.
take some off, because right now we're in the middle, right? With the symmetrical triangle. I'm sorry, the channel. I'm so used to say symmetrical triangle. Uh, that dotted line is nothing. It's just showing that we have the channel, and right there is the half of the channel. That's all.
So the reason I took that long is broke through one of my trend lines, but I got in before my trend line, I guess.
Yeah,
And then you said put it in SIP, so we'll see. It's not moving much, but it's I'm up.
right there. And our channel could be just into that too, you know. Uh, so like I said, I don't know the channel yet, the top of the channel yet. We can see the bottom, but the top can be here or can be here.
So that's a triple bottom. No, that's not a triple bottom, but that's what would that even be called though? Since it's
I don't call anything because in the middle of nowhere. So this could be just in here, from here to here, right?
and it just gets smaller and smaller till it decides which way it wants to go.
Yeah. Uh, like I said, it's a channel, so we don't know yet. This is just oh, right here. Could be crap. That's not what I want. Could be from here to here. So we don't know this channel yet, so we are just trying to figure it out what the top of the channel is. So it's just a guesstimate here, and I don't like to do that. And now let's see if we can do this here. Yeah, let's see if that triangle works. Anybody else has any questions, any concerns, any comments?
I did the majority of my trading before the market opened today, or before 8:45 actually.
Cool.
And so I'm just observing.
Perfect. Or trade sim. Just put in your, uh, you know, putting some skin there in the game with sim and try to get out of bad positions or try to get in what we are talking about when I say, I think this is the bottom. Let's make a triangle, try to get in with the sim and see if that would work out. So this way, keep work with your mind, to prepare you to take the real trades.
Good call. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So this way we just, I'm the kind of the person's like this. You can tell me 10,000 times, but if you show me, let me try it, I'll learn. So, no best way to do it than the sim. What I would like to is to break to the upside and finish the brown trend line there and touch it. That's what I would like to do. And I believe that the POC is going to move a little bit up too and match with this pivot point if we stay here much longer. But yeah, the consolidation is real, but low volatility bring high volatility. So at least we have this to look for. 1041. So let's see.
So Lou, would you call this a double Head and Shoulders?
Yeah, looks like, right?
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If it's symmetrical, you can do even triple if you find it, and if you find it happens. I've seen this happen before. So I don't know if they call like that, but I would call that, and makes the head is like a W look.
It looks majestic.
Yeah.
Looks like uh, looks
How
like
you
a
doing
nice
today? Did you
mountain of
get
some
any
sort.
trade? Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm up. I'm up a lot today. But I
cool.
played a little bit of the Globex last night, so adding that to the total.
You need to get out of that night trade.
I if I see something, I'll put a I'll put a trade on to see what happens.
Yeah.
But I don't actively trade the Globex, no.
All right, Lou, you have enjoy the rest of your weekend, and
All
same
right,
goes for
man.
everyone else.
Yeah, have
All right,
fun.
Melons,
S-
take care.
Have
I don't know
fun.
about
Don't
that,
drink
but
too
yeah,
much.
Don't get into too much trouble.
I don't know about that.
Talk to you Monday, man.
Monday, yes, definitely.
Yeah,
All
be
right.
safe. Now let's see if that makes us break this symmetrical triangle. Jesus. It's gonna need to go somewhere, right?
I actually tell myself that when I'm in a trade and it's kind of ranging in between, 5 and 7 points. So I don't cut it off too quickly. It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, got to go somewhere. Hope it's the direction that we are in for, right?
I don't know. What's your bias, Lou?
I'm long bias, man, but
All right.
because the daily is too long. 15 minutes is long. I believe 60 minutes is long. So,
I
but
think it's because of that huge gap above us right now.
yeah, that's what it's holding. It's holding us here. So hopefully we bust through it and
And we also have a huge, not as big, but we have a big gap below us. So,
yeah, we do.
yeah, it makes sense. We're
A
stuck
lot
in
of
the middle.
uh, participants came in through the. I think we're gonna have a little push here. The the thing is, the market. Everybody that wanted to make the money made the money already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Um, I mean, it kicked in with a little bit of volume. So,
yeah.
let's see.
Remember, it's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Lou, copyright, copyright.
Oh yeah, shoot,
The algorithms are going to pick it up.
shoot, shoot, shoot. Thank you. We had a lot of sell orders right above here, but got out of the way, and we are getting a lot of buy orders right under.
Yeah,
So
maybe a retest
I don't
of the
think we're
line.
gonna. I don't think we're gonna have a retest. I think we're gonna have another push. We might, but look, a lot of participant again jump in. Uh, so
So 72 was a good long. That's where I was thinking to go back long.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that's what I just mentioned.
That's what I just mentioned. Yeah.
When we were here down here, that's what I was saying. Like Overtrader asked me if I was biased, and I told him biased long, and I think we should
Do you
go
buy any
back.
crypto?
What?
Do you buy any crypto?
I mine crypto, ETH,
H.
Oh, nice.
and I do have that Shiba. That's all.
That's all.
Oh, okay. I
I
mine
ha I
crypto.
have a little
I
bit of
mine.
Doji too, but not much.
There, but not much.
I mine crypto too.
Oh, cool. What I was hoping for today would be for we end up at least close to the all-time high, so people can say it all weekend long, that look, and then Nasdaq's all-time high, Nasdaq's all-time high. But that's the way I think, the market makers think. But then I think if it's close to it, we work the same way, right? Because that's what the news is gonna say. Uh, this week we had the all-time high, and we finished this week around the all-time high. So it has the same talking, weak talking, you know. Um, so that's we might gonna see the market holding in here, stay around here, but I don't know how far we will go from here.
I think that was a little flag break there.
Yeah. Oh man, it's raining. I love rain in my office.
Don't fall asleep with any positions on.
Yeah. It's like
Lou, I know it's not luck, but it's almost as if every time you put on a big trade, not every time, but sometimes when you put on a big trade, it's like, guys, I'm not sure about this one. And that's the one that turns into a 100-point run. So I, and there were a couple of instances where you left the computer and it went up like 50 points and you came back and you're like, see, guys, I was right.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if you fell asleep and the thing went 200 points up.
200 points up, right? I try to call
Just
my
let us.
what?
If you're falling asleep and if it's a good charm, let us know. We'll work it out.
Yes.
We'll try along.
Yeah, exactly.
And here I'm thinking about the AM here. Do you guys see here? Maybe here and then that's possibility. Not saying that's gonna happen, but it's a possibility.
It hit your channel, Lou, that you took off
It did, but I wanted
perfectly.
that. I wanted that freaking. I wanted the uh my trend. I wanted my trend. I don't want the channel.
I don't know why, but it feels like this thing wants to hit that that VWAP at least once today. Hasn't come back to that VWAP.
I think the view app is gonna come up to the POC,
Oh, that could be that too.
and then it's gonna give us the range that we were talking about, speculating about. So you're gonna see me taking trades and trades, and but the ones that I say um, I'm not too sure is because I'm not 90% sure. I'm like 60% sure, you know. Uh, that's why I say I'm not sure about this one, but let's see. Let's believe uh on our
Trend lines, method,
yeah on method, yeah,
fib,
and
pattern,
work our technical. So
or
we
technicals.
we
Yeah.
broke through it the symmetric triangle, and we had in here. I told you guys I don't think we're gonna come back to retest, and we didn't. We went up. Now looking like we're coming to the retest, and we just did it. But I think we're gonna go a little further. It would be nice if we come back down again to the POC or to the symmetrical triangle here. Even better if you touch your view app here, come back down and then decide where to go, you know? It'll be even better.
You know, technically, well, not technically, but we are essentially still in a flag for the entire day.
Oh
It
yeah,
barely
yeah,
violated that 38.
yeah. That's what I post here earlier. Remember, I talked to you guys about it. This, and I talked to you guys. We might be here for a little bit, and I post this. And that's what we are. Stylus back.
Hey, hey, man.
We're in consolidation here. We played a bit on this symmetrical triangle. We went out, came back, retest. Overall, I think we're gonna. I'm bullish, but not bullish enough to sit 100 points from here. I'm bullish enough to holding this area or drag all the way through it to the end of the day on upward movement. I am hungry. I'm hungry.
Is today going to be chicken or beef?
Both.
Nice. We all know it's going to be a burrito.
They are mad at me, I think, because I did not order for them all week. I've been eating leftovers.
They could be getting worried.
Yeah, and they'd be like, hey, what is that guy? Oh, this would be a good trade for what? Overtraded that style that we did long time ago.
Oh, I remember.
To
Yeah.
enter and give this stop a big stop and enter again and just keep buying, selling it.
That was, I mean, it was a useful exercise, but I'm not sure if I would use that style at all. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I understand.
Plus, I mean, it it added to the stress that we were using your money.
That's a good thing. Stress is good. So you guys that new here, uh, and I know I time to time I let them. I'll be here and I'll put in my account, and somebody else come and trade my account, and I do whatever they wanted me to do. So they have the leverage that they need, and they have the stress that's real money, not the sim. And I'll get in a trade and have them figure it out the way out. So I thought it was pretty cool. I wish somebody had done that with me.
It was fun when you're green, but I remember you put me in a situation on purpose, and we kept on going red, and we kept on adding. I'm like, oh man, this is just I don't like this at all.
Yeah. And when I started, nobody told me that sim exists, which was pretty bad. I don't know why. Nobody said, hey, you have this thing called sim. You can use it. Don't use your real money. So I lost so much money trying to find my way.
I think replay is probably just as good, if not better. But the thing on Ninja, it lags a lot. It's kind of
Oh
irritating to
yeah,
load up another session, but man, that's amazing stuff. Replay.
cool.
It's like when old school poker players they didn't have the internet and they could only see a certain amount of hands per hour, and then when the online world came out, like these young guys, they've seen 100 times more hands. They just
Yeah,
got
that's
so much
true.
better, so much more quickly.
That's true.
Hey Doyle, are you thinking about anything?
Um, yeah, I'm wondering if another viable setup's going to happen in the next hour before we stop trading. That's about it.
Yeah. Are you you're not sharing your screen, just so you know.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to share,
Oh, okay.
but I'll share it.
Jeff, can you tell us the gap from losing to consistently profitable? Uh, because what I was telling you guys earlier today about my trend lines that I did over and over and over and do not believe in it in my trend lines and trying to figure it out why I did not believe, and one day I got so mad that I seen people getting through my trend lines or getting off my calls and make money, and I didn't. That I said, screw it. I lost so much already that I need to try. I need to give it a try. And then I enter. It's like, works. And then, works again. So works 5 times, and then I lose 3 times, and then I started to getting better. Work 5 times, I lose 2 times. When like this, and then sometimes I lost 10 times. So that trend line was not good, and I started to believe in my trend lines more and more and more and more to the point that I knew it if I got in, I'll have at least a possibility to put in SIP. That's when I started to change, and with that, I also did was study the 30 seconds. I put in the 30 seconds candle. I'll show you guys how big I'll put in my candles. I don't know if you guys can see something like that, but I did like this. And remember, this is a 42-inch screen, okay? So each candle of that's about an inch and a half to 2 inches. One candle like this in my face. And I started to see when it hits here, what does it do? If it breaks, what happens? When it breaks through it, what happened? I started to study, and every close the trend line, I'll move to here and study. So to see how and trying to memorize, visualize what happened with the candle on this area and what happened against my trend line. And that's when putting together the candles and the trend lines, I started to be positive. And then came down to I was a scalper, so I could not hold no positions. I see 2, 3 points, 5 points out, and then run another 50 points. And then I did this over and over and over to the day that's like, you know what? Freaking stop that. So I started to enter with multiples and let one run, and then when I started to see, you know, the money flowing.
Slowly. Can you see a divergence on a on a 5 minute on MNQ or NQ on MACD and or on balance volume?
I can
What was
see
your
that
question?
we are losing. You meaning that we are losing momentum?
Yeah, that's what I meant because I see a divergence on MACD 5 minute. Let me see if it's in three. It's on the 3 minute as well on balance volume and MACD.
Yeah, so here's one thing to consider, and this is what pullbacks look like from a momentum perspective. If we look at the 30 over on my right screen, 30 minutes very, very strong. The 120 minutes starting to curve up, but the 30 minute is strong up. The 9 and 10 minute are still up. Check engine lights on. The 3 minute, this could be a this could be a pullback before it goes up. But one thing that we always see is we always see momentum die midday on a Friday, especially. So that's kind of normal behavior to see. So at this point, when you're starting to flatline, you're always going to see momentum kind of start to flatline and oscillate when you're in a near horizontal channel. And so I try to keep an eye on those longer time frames to see what they're telling me at that point. So those longer time frames are still telling me up.
Yeah, Friday. Uh, Friday always sucks. Friday always sucks. And as I was told you guys, going up to my trend there. Now as I I don't know if I'm ready to short.
So are you planning to take any short?
I don't feel it. I wanted to,
I wanted to. What about Doyle? Are you doing any scalp?
I don't
A
think
little bit.
I was going to say I don't think
I'm just
Doyle's.
trading super small, and I'm basically just doing what Lou said. You know, I'm going in with my stop at the bottom of the channel, and it comes against me. I'm just gonna average in and see how that works.
Yeah, that's the way
But
to trade.
they're high risk. They're high risk trades.
So you're playing on the long side? Or?
I'm looking long because my longer term indicators are saying long, and so I'm just scalping long.
Those long-term indicators are unbalanced volume in MACD, correct?
Yeah, and the
And
stochastic
the
that I use.
stochastic that I use.
So my stochastics are up on my longer term time frame. My unbalanced volume is up on my longer term. My MACD is very, very, very up. And so I'm looking at my 3-minute as just a pullback potentially. And so I'm looking
Aren't these
for that.
considered more as a lagging indicator because the move will only show in them when it has happened, right? That's what always
Is
confuses me.
is what a lagging indicator?
So it only shows information that has happened, right? So if it's showing upwards, in well 3 minutes,
Which indicator?
which indicator? So like a MACD or an overbalanced volume, if you're looking at the
So
divergence.
MACD is definitely a lagging indicator. It's literally two averages. And so the MACD is definitely a leading indicator. Stochastics and RSI, I'm sorry, a lagging. It's a lagging indicator. Stochastics and RSI are considered leading indicators because they can show strength changing before momentum does. And unbalanced volume is just volume. And yeah, it's based off of a historical average, but frequently during consolidation, So the market's doing one of four things always, right? The price is either rising, the price is falling, or the price is sideways. And if the price is sideways, one of two things is happening. Shares are being accumulated or shares are being distributed. And that's where on-balance volume really starts to show its value, is in periods of consolidation. What is it doing? In those periods of consolidation, you want to see if more shares are being bought than sold. And in that respect, it's a leading indicator of what direction the market's about to make. Because you'll often see volume break trend before price does. Does that kind of make sense? Volume leads price.
That does make some sense. We can go over some examples later in the afternoon once you're done trading, and we can look
Okay.
into it.
Hey, Doyle, when you say volume leads price, are you looking at any particular time frame, like your 1 minute?
So volume can be very easily manipulated over longer time frames. So the shorter time frame that you're looking at, the better it is to see what's happening inside that range.
Right.
So a 30
So,
second or 1 minute is going to
okay.
show you far more accurate information than a 5, 10, or 15 for what's happening in this small
And
consolidation.
right, right. Just a
I mean,
question on
a
your.
good example of that is let me just pull up the 30-minute and show you what the 30-minute can do. We see this all the time on 30 minutes. We see volume manipulation happen. So let's go back to the fall because we'll see it at the pivot. So right here on this rise up, we saw volume and price kind of working together. We're making higher highs, we're making higher highs in volume. We make a higher high, we're not making a higher high. We make a lower high, we make a higher high in volume. So there's mismatch here. And then when this sell-off happens here, we start to see volume at this level now looks at this level. So volume corrected itself. And then volume starts to fall. But right here at this price, volume, let's shoot over here at the left. Volume was right there. So volume has started to kind of diverge a little bit because volume price is now higher than volume was. So you use this over a longer time frame to kind of see where's the magic happening, right? You look at these two humps right here. This first one,
Right,
volume agreed with. The second one, volume did not agree with that. That's your leading indicator, right?
right. You got divergence there. Very
You've got
interesting.
massive divergence. That whole pump up and arguably that consolidation area was on lower volume. And so you're looking for it to fall from there.
That's amazing.
Yep. And then you see it happen on this flag because this is how we played this ABCD flag. We were watching it, right? We were watching price rise, watching price rise, watching price rise, and then price made a new high and volume didn't make a new high. So we were looking for this high to fail. And it failed. This one didn't really do much to confirm it, but that consolidation area broke. There's one of two things is going to happen. Either price is going to move to volume or volume is going to move to price. And volume kicked in massively here. So we look at volume as a leading indicator because that's the only tool the market makers have in their tool chest is the ability to buy and sell. And their goal is to accumulate shares without moving the price. And their goal is to sell the shares without moving the price. I mean, if you think about it, if they're buying the bottom and they put in all the volume they have, they're going to move the price up, they're going to move their average price up, and they're going to be buying against their goal.
Of course.
And so they're wanting to buy a little bit, let it pull back, buy a little bit, let it pull back, and there's a range that they're trading inside of, and they want to buy as much as they can inside that range without the price going up. They basically will establish the floor.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. I'm just looking at your graph and it looks like a lot of the. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm seeing, but it looks like some of the manipulation is happening in the overnight sessions?
You see some happen. You see some happen overnight. The challenge with watching like the 9 minute or the 3 minute is you can see wild volume swings happen in the first little bit of the day. And so, if you're trying to figure out what's happening over a long term, I mean, look at the daily, right? The daily, where were we? Right here. So price is going up, volume's going up, and then this was a news event, right? COVID happened. And so volume and price agreed all the way through this point. But this little rise up wasn't really rising up on good, strong volume. We didn't have volume agreeing with the price move until right about here. At this point, volume is now agreeing that the price wants to go back. And it wasn't until right here, at this point right here in price, we now have more buyers in the market than we did at the same price before the fall. And so at that point right there, this is a strong volume indicated buy signal.
The OBV, is it cumulative?
Yes,
Okay,
it
so then
is.
yes, that would make sense. I really like the 30-minute where we can see the actual
You can see the steps happening.
exactly the steps. That's
Yeah,
a great word. It's the steps. You can see
yeah.
the divergences in the steps.
And you're
It's
looking for
really neat.
volume to agree or disagree with your theory. That's really what's going on there. Is you're wanting to see if
So,
volume is
like,
agreeing or disagreeing.
how would you like? Would you use the 30-minute in your analysis for the day, or would you kind of go down to a lower time frame?
I'll look at the 30-minute and just use it to kind of get a feel. And if I were doing swing trades, I would care about that a lot more. But the truth is, unless you're just going to lay on a single micro and let it sit here for, a week or two, the 30-minute chart's not going to do you. The 30-minute chart's for swing traders.
Right, right.
The only thing it's going
That's
to
what I'm
really tell you,
using. That's what I'm using right now to do my chart, my 400 points. I'm using the
and
30
so,
minutes.
so the one thing of value that I really like in the 30-minute is the trade setups that I use everywhere else. They exist on the 30-minute time frame as well. And so when you see those setups happen on the 30-minute, things could be a lot more choppy because there's a lot of volume. There's a lot of volume happening in those areas.
Right. Your 9-minute. I just have a question on your MACD, and I guess we can throw in the OBV as well. You look at your 9-minute for a directional bias, right? That's what you said
Yeah.
before.
Yep.
Okay. Um, how long would it take to play out during the day, that 9-minute time frame?
Well, it's a directional bias, so you're not playing anything out, right?
Okay.
The
So
directional bias basically means let's take a look at like right now, right? Directionally, the 9 minutes biased up.
right.
And so when the 3-minute is down and the 9-minute is up, you're going against the trend, which basically means you should be looking for smaller targets because you're going
Um,
counter trend.
okay. Would you
When the
consider
MACD is
that
lined up with it, you're trading with trend, and so you
right?
can put a little bit more weight behind a with trend move.
Would you consider that kind of a pullback momentum to the 9-minute?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
talking about earlier. When
Right.
the 9 minutes strong, the 9 minutes making higher highs, you watch your 1 and 3 minute. If you're trying to get a pullback into a larger time frame, you look at your two smaller time frames to gauge that pullback. Yep.
So the directional bias on your 9-minute, um, would there be days where it would turn, uh, and then your directional bias would change, or is it
Yeah.
just
No,
okay?
it happens all the time.
So
The
how many
directional bias can
times,
change.
on average,
So
how many
like
times?
look at let's dial back. It happened yesterday, I think. Yesterday was 28th. And so yeah, see the directional bias changing throughout the day. So the open was right here. So we had a long directional bias up until lunch, roughly.
Right?
So roughly, 11 o'clock my time, 12 o'clock Eastern. So from the open until 12 Eastern yesterday, we had a long directional bias. And then that started weakening. And turned to a short directional bias, and it stayed short the rest of the day. I mean, we had a little bit of a pullback happen right there, but when this whole spike happened right there on this,
Right.
the directional bias remained negative. In fact, there was bearish divergence on that. So at that time frame, you know, we're wondering why, everything's dumping right before the earnings
Right.
announcement. Well, you were directionally biased down. You had diverged down on your longer time frames.
It looks like to me that on
So you're not
average,
going to get as many trades when you're trading. I mean, that's a trend trading. Multiple time frame analysis is a trend trading method. So um, it's a filter. It's going to
right.
filter you out of what could otherwise be viable trades, but it's going to keep you with trend.
It looks like to me that on average that you'll get maybe at max 2 directional biases per day because it
Typically,
would
yeah.
be, yeah, it would be
Yep.
difficult. I'm looking at it and it would be difficult to kind of switch 3 or 4 times. I mean,
Yeah,
you'd have to
yeah,
have,
yeah. If you're using your longer time frame as a filter, right? Yeah.
right, right. So we're talking strictly on the 9 minute here. So,
hmm
uh, yeah. And
And
then how
and your
about
best
your,
trades are when all your time frames agree
oh
that you
yeah,
should be
yeah, for
going
sure.
long or going short, right? I mean, if we take a look and just see how the MACD's kind of lined up today, right? Let's start off right here at the open. And so at the open, we were directionally biased long. Our 3 minute was already directionally biased long. So the long, the open was biased to go long out of the gate, and it did.
Right,
And then on the 1 minute, we had a pullback, but our long-term filter was still long, and our medium-term filter was still long.
right.
And then we had, a little bit of a long opportunity whenever the 1 minute agreed.
Now,
And then the
oh,
1 minute
okay.
diverged, and the 3 minute diverged, but that was just a small pullback on the 3 minute. Your
Perfect. I was
on
just about to
your
ask
nine
that.
minute rather. But
So we saw the divergence. Yeah,
beginning right here at 10 Central, 11 Eastern, the pullback is finished. The 3 minute is directionally biased in agreement with the 9, and your 1 minute is now bias long. And so if you
nice,
would have gone
nice.
long here, we can see what price did after that, right?
Yeah, can you just hold that screen? I just want to take a screenshot because that's like the perfect setup here. Let me just take a screenshot.
Jeff has a question for you, Doyle. I was not paying attention, so I cannot answer him.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And so if you're looking for, 15, 20 point moves, you're looking for high probability moves, you're wanting to get in on, leg 3 moves. And the way a leg 3 move happens is it's a corrective wave, right?
Right.
I mean, statistically speaking, leg 3 is on average the longest move of a run. And it's also one of the easiest ones to predict. So it's hard to catch the bottom,
Right.
but it's a lot easier for wave 2 to play, and you get in on wave 3.
Would you see? Okay, so let's just take for example. Well, let's take today for an example. As an example, so we have directional bias on the 9, and then we'll skip the 3 for now, and then look at your 1, and we see that it diverged, it pulled back, and it looks like it's making its third wave right now, right? So
Yeah,
we would take
yeah.
that third wave. Um, I don't know. Let's say, well, I can't really see your screen,
Third
but
wave should be the third. So the rule with wave analysis is your third wave can't be the shortest wave. So it will
right,
last at least as long as wave 1 did. That's all you
yeah,
can
yeah,
that's all you can estimate really about that. If you don't have something to the left, if you don't have a fib that you're marching to, if you don't otherwise have a price target with a pattern you're playing, um, you're left with just knowing that wave 3 can't be your smallest wave,
right.
which means
So yeah,
it'll be bigger than wave 1.
right, right. So I think a good place to get in would have been that flag break. I can't see the time on your screen, but there was
Yeah.
just
Well,
when it made the third
the
wave.
flag break had momentum and everything agreeing with it
Agreeing
at
exactly.
11 Eastern.
Yeah, 11 Eastern. Okay, so that would have been a just based on the entire analysis that we just did. That would be a perfect place to take or take a trade for a third wave or even scalp it up. to the
Yeah.
next wave, right?
Well, yeah, in an ideal world, you're laying on two or three contracts. You exit one or two, and you leave one on until you see fourth wave momentum happening, right?
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Now then, that said, that method is going to produce a couple of trades a day, but they're higher probability trades. So when you're starting off with a small account and you're trying to kind of develop your skill set, those are your lower risk trades.
And if you want to scalp it up, it's
Well, and yeah, if you want to, yeah, yeah. And a good rule of thumb is, one thing I like about the on balance volume, the volume flow indicator is the sister of this thing, and it's an oscillator from, it oscillates around zero. And if price is above zero, there are more buyers and sellers. If price is below zero, there's more sellers and buyers. What I've done with on balance volume is I've added, 3 moving averages to it. So you can basically just compare the current value to prior values via those averages. And you can see, are there more buyers than sellers on average in the market right now? And all day today, we've had more buyers than sellers on average. I mean, it thought about changing here. But it didn't, And so it just kept going up. And this kind of points to some of the volume manipulation that you can see, right? Your longer time frame, you see that, there's been pretty consistent more buyers than sellers. Over the 3 minute, you can see that it looks like the power has shifted right there, and then it faded back. But the 1 minute, it's harder to manipulate small time frames. The 1 minute never failed us. So if we bring up like the 1 minute and we just look at that and say, as a rule, I should be looking for longs when everything is above average. I should be with the buyers and I should be with the sellers when it's below. That's not a bad filter. You should basically have a short 1 minute bias all the way through this. It looks like it's wanting to change there, and then it changes here. And then you're long biased, you're short biased, you're long biased, and you can use your directional filters to pick which smaller time bias you want to go with. But today from a, who's in control of the market, is it the buyers or sellers? The buyers have been in control of the market this whole time. And so you just basically trade pullbacks. And that's where stochastics comes in. You can start to look at little micro movements in power, and you can see divergence happen, typically pretty quick. So like the purple indicator, that's current time frame stochastics. And so we see right here at this level, price made a higher high, or strength made a higher high. And then it comes down. MACD hadn't diverged yet, but we had already started making a higher high on stochastics. So at this point in the consolidation, this was our first sign of weakness from bears. It was right there.
Sorry, I just got disconnected. I'm back.
Oh my God, I explained it all.
No, I mean, that would have been the perfect joke, but honestly, it wasn't. I really got
You
disconnected.
can go back to YouTube and you'll be
Oh
able
yeah, I
to.
can do that. Yeah, no problem. That's the great thing about YouTube,
Yes.
is that you can go
Yeah,
back. Yeah. But
yeah,
no, I got the gist of it. It's
because basically what I'm doing, the way I use these 3 indicators, is momentum. Momentum is just that, it's momentum. A lot of people call this stochastics a momentum indicator, but it's not really a momentum indicator. There's a difference between momentum and strength, right?
right.
You can have you can have a small amount of weight or a large amount of weight behind a move. And so this is just telling you where the move wants to go. Your RSI and stochastics is going to tell you the strength behind that move. And so I put those two
Actually,
together with
I,
volume.
I do have a question on that. Like, what is the difference between strength and momentum? Like, if you were to compare the RSI to the MACD.
So if your house are going to get hit by a go-kart or a tractor trailer going 60 miles an hour, which one would you want to get hit with?
Right, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, so the
Come on.
so the RS, I mean, they're both going 60 miles an hour. They're both traveling the same MACD divergence towards you.
Right.
But the RSI and the stochastics RSI, they're measuring the strength of that move. And so they're basically going to say when this thing hits, it's going to hit with this force.
That was funny
Is
as
there
hell.
any particular level that you would look at for the RSI?
Levels. So
In particular to what you just said about,
So the
let's
nice thing
say,
about the RSI is the RSI is a good pullback indicator. So the MACD is great for momentum, right? Where should my bias be? I'm looking for a long, right? The RSI, especially when you're looking at multiple time frames, the RSI is a great pullback indicator. If the RSI on one time frame pulls back and crosses over, like if it dips down and back up, but the time frame one higher hasn't, then that's your pullback indicator.
okay, right,
So like we can see here, and I've got this colored. Um, this is a multiple time frame stochastic. So with one chart, I can see what stochastics is telling me on multiple charts. Purple is the current time frame. This blue one is the time frame, 3x from now. The yellow one is 3x of blue, and the red is 3x of yellow. And so if I'm looking at a 1 minute chart,
right,
purple
right.
is 1 minute, blue is 3 minutes, yellow is 9 minutes, and red is roughly 30 minutes. And
Gotcha.
so if you're wanting to trade with the larger trend, where's the larger strength of the market going, on my 1 minute, my red needs to be up for me to go long. And so we see like right here, all the indicators are up. We see right here, all the indicators are up. We see here, 3 of the indicators have shifted down. That's not a bad indication. When 3 out of 4 have just made a turn,
Right.
that was the pullback that we saw. But the longer term trend never really changed that much. And so beginning right around in here, we saw the trend change happening. We saw the pullbacks. The yellow crossed over here, the blue crossed over again here, gave us a little pullback, and then the purple, the current time frame, gave us a pullback. So if you're looking to get in on a scalp, this was your entry.
Uh,
And then we
Yeah, I
see it again
remember.
inside this consolidation, right? Is this
one,
head and shoulders going to play out? Well, the power never shifted from buyers to sellers, so I don't think the head and shoulders is playing out.
a lot of sellers from 57 to 67, guys. Just beware. A lot of sellers there.
Yep, a lot of limit orders parked up there.
That's really interesting on this chart, actually. There was a head and shoulders forming, but then the OBV, it kept on increasing.
Yep.
Um, wow. Wow, that's very interesting. So, how would you read into that? Would you say that they were accumulating buy orders because the
They
volume
were
kept on
faking
going up?
you out right there.
Yeah, faking you out and then
Because
accumulating buy
momentum,
orders.
that was an A plus momentum setup, right?
Right.
Here's your left shoulder, here's your head on
Yep.
lower momentum, here's your right shoulder area on even lower
Right.
momentum.
Right.
But the buyers never lost control of that market.
That's really interesting.
The buyers never lost control. And so I really trust volume. It's one of the, it's kind of like that old saying, in God I trust, all others bring data. I kind of feel that way about volume. In volume I trust, everything else needs to bring proof.
Right.
And
Right.
so right here,
So right here, like when
the
you say the
buyers
volume,
maintain control, and then you can see the momentum shift that happened right here. Momentum shift happened here, relative strength happened here, relative strength gave us our pullback entry right there. So that was the proper flag entry.
So would you go through all of this analysis when you put on a scalp?
Um, for a scalp where I'm just looking for a couple of points, I go
Maybe
through
10
similar
points.
analysis, but I do it on smaller time frames. And so instead of looking at like the 139, I'm looking at the 20-second 1-3.
Wow, okay.
So in this case, because if you see, when on balance volume was holding the momentum,
Mm-hmm.
while MACD was not holding the momentum. And how do you read the stochastic part?
That's where I wish this was Trading View, because Trading View lets me zoom out. So red is my 30-minute trend. I'm looking at a 1 minute. So red, wait for your current one to cross over. So right there, the purple is the current time frame. That is the entry signal if you're really hunting for a pullback. The pullback would have gotten you in at that price. So you'd be grabbing roughly at this level here.
But the crossovers that we're talking about, how did it happen on the 30-minute part? I'm a little confused, sorry.
Because you're looking at a change in strength. Let me toggle over and show you the 30-minute. What time was this? This was 10:07 my time. So I'm looking for the purple indicator on this at 10:07 this morning. How about that? That circle was strong this whole time. Is that right? Purple, blue, 9, red.
And
Yep. When did the red first cross over? The red crossed over way back here at like.
so when you say the red is the 30-minute.
Yeah, the red is the 30-minute. So the red kind of crossed over in roughly this 8 o'clock time frame, roughly this hour period. And so that's the purple. And so that was this little pullback right here on the purple on the 30-minute. And so on my 1 minute, that little red crossover that I saw was this little pullback on the purple on the 30-minute. Technically the 27-minute, that's why it doesn't look exactly right. Because that indicator is based off of multiples of 3. So 1, 3, 9, 27. But 30 minutes is close enough.
So the two purples and the two blues, what are those?
Yeah, I feel like I just explained it. So purple is current time frame. The blue is the time frame to my right, 3x away. And so blue is this current 1 minute stochastics. Blue is 3, yellow is 9, and then the red is technically 27 minutes. Now then, if I look at my 3-minute chart, the purple is 3, the blue is 9, the yellow is 27 minutes, and then the red is 27 minutes times 3, so roughly an hour and a half. This indicator was designed so that no matter what time frame you're trading, you're looking at multiple time frame analysis. So if this is your entry chart, this is your multiple time frame analysis for this entry chart.
And that's a ninja as well.
That's what?
Is that a ninja, or you put all the stochastics in your place?
Yeah, all of these indicators are readily available. This is just the stochastics indicator. You know, this is the standard stochastics 1433. And then it's just math from there. The next time frame up is 43.99. The next time frame up is 126.27.27. And then the next one up is 378.81.81. You're just 3xing the values to get the higher time frame. And so if you're trading 5-minute time frames, 1/5/25, you would change all of those to 5x versus what I've done is 3. Since I do mostly intraday, the 139
And this is stochastic fast or regular stochastic?
regular stochastics.
Hey Doyle, I have one more question.
Uh-huh.
Regarding your OBV, I'm really digging it, by the way.
I'm gonna get
You
my
said,
food. Be right back.
All right.
you said that you like the volume flow indicator better than the OBV, and you just didn't have a chance to program it in to NinjaTrader.
I like it
So,
for scalping
do you still have that
better.
sentiment? Because I really like.
I like
Okay,
the volume
okay.
flow for scalping better. That's really about it. Because the volume
And
flow
so, how do you
indicator,
use it for scalping?
it's the same logic. Our buyers are more buyers in control than
Okay,
sellers. You're just
right,
going to
right.
see it oscillate back and forth more frequently because
Which
it's using zero as its gravity, right? And so it's oscillating
Yeah,
zero. The numbers on the right of the unbalanced volume, they don't mean anything. They're kind of useless.
right,
If I grab, if my 1-day chart goes back 30 days and your 1-day chart goes back 31 days, our values will be different because the way that this works is the very first bar started off at 0.
right,
And
right.
so
It's a
this is
total cumulative.
it's sum
Yeah,
total. So for my chart, this is 3,000 or 2,000. This is 2,000 days of data. So the last 2,000 days, we've generated roughly 270 or 2.74 million more buying buyers and sellers.
right. Just going back to that discrepancy in the head and shoulders and the MACD,
Hmm.
and yet the OBV, it just kept on going up. Uh, what I really like about that is it's a cumulative total. It keeps on going up, whereas and I'm looking at the volume flow indicator right now, and it kind of oscillates down with the head and shoulders, so it kind of misleads you in that direction.
Hmm.
Whereas this cumulative total, it just gave you the straight truth right to the very
It did.
very.
The only
So
indication that it ever gave that sellers might be gaining control is right here. It made a lower low than it did right there.
right, right,
But that
yes,
lower low still wasn't lower than it was just one pullback further away. It still wasn't lower than
yeah,
this. And so even though we made a lower low here, we still had more buyers than sellers in the market than we did at that pullback.
right. It's
And
almost
so
as
this
if.
very next one that happened, we kind of wicked down right there, right? But these bars actually had closure lower, but the
Right.
OBV closed higher. And
I
so
so
mean,
so
even though price fell there, it didn't fall as much as it should have.
yeah, gotcha.
Now, the one thing that the VFI is going to give you that this won't, this is basically looking at the last bar. And did the last bar close up? If the last bar closed up, then then that volume gets to go up.
Right,
VFI is looking at the buy sell activity inside of a candle. So for scalping purposes, you can literally have an up candle with down VFI,
right,
and that'll show you that there were more sellers in that up candle than there were buyers.
right, right.
And so for saying, do I trust this one candle or not, you can look at that.
You
But
know,
I've started watching whenever I'm looking at a candle and I'm reading candle by candle, I'm watching the candle and I'm watching the actual volume bar. And when you see price going up, I've started adopting Ann's volume analysis, right? When price is going up and that candle is getting larger, but the volume isn't really growing on average, that's how I'm starting to read
right,
those now.
right,
And so I can see that, yeah, buyers have this candle and it's, this candle is 3x the size on average, but there aren't more buyers in control of this candle than the candles to the left. This isn't a real buy candle.
right. Uh, Going back to the OBV, it's almost as if you can use that as your directional bias, no, for the day?
Um, you can, but you shouldn't go long just because this is up because you don't want to go into a trade and wait 30 to 40 minutes for price to finally
I
agree with
see.
volume.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
And so
It could be that.
you need to wait because one of two things is going to happen, right? Price will either respond to volume or volume will respond to price. And so you're going to see more often than not, price will yank itself towards where volume has been pulling it all along. But every once in a while, you're going to see that price has been going down while volume hasn't. And then all of a sudden, massive sell side volume comes in that all of a sudden gets volume to the point where it now agrees with
Mm-hmm.
current price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you're looking for which one of these two things are going to happen, and that's where you're looking for your MACD and stuff, right? And so right here, I am kind of buy side biased because buyers are clearly in control, and momentum's losing. And a lot of people don't think about this, but everything has a trend, right?
Right.
And so you can easily lay a trend line on your MACD and look for when does the trend change. You can do the
Right. It
same
just
on,
broke that. Yep.
yeah, so like right here at this point momentum shifted up. The downward momentum trend changed when it broke the trend line.
Right. And also your purple oscillator broke the blue
Yeah, yeah,
at the same moment. Yeah.
whether it broke the blue is really less of an indication. I do find that, here's an example over here, right? What did I just do? There we go. And so I do find that when everything's kind of clustered, it is nice when yellow is above red and blue is above yellow and then purple does a pullback. That is kind of nice, but it very frequently works without it behaving that way. Like here's an example, right? Yellow is above red, which should be a bullish indicator, but my short-term indicators have fallen, right? I mean, my
Right.
stochastics made a higher high here with price, so that's good. Kind of equal. It's a measure of 0 to 100, so it's pretty close to kind of capped out over here. And so, price made a high. Price made a higher high here. It made a lower high on stochastics. So stochastics diverged. It made a higher high here. Stochastics diverged again. And so strength and momentum are agreeing in this thing going down. And if I zoom over here, so strength diverged, momentum diverged, volume is still up. And so what happens at one point, volume agrees. So we're looking for,
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your yellow oscillator got pegged up there because the momentum it just kept on going up, or the volume at
Yep.
least, and price action
And so
it
I'm
kept on
always
going up
scared
and
to
up.
go long whenever I see like the blue one. When I see the blue one just not crossing over. This whole time that blue is down, going long, going against blue is typically a bad idea. It works real nice when blue and yellow are agreement.
Yeah.
It works
Yeah.
really well when blue, yellow, and red are all agreeing.
The blue,
But
you're
I
on the one
really like
minute.
to have blue and yellow.
So the blue represents your three, right? Factor of three on your
Yeah.
1 minute? Okay.
Yeah. So my 1 minute is a crossover. There's my blue, and then there's my 9 minute. So right here, 9 minutes started to show signs of weakness. And so right here at this point, from a directional bias perspective, MACD's down. I've got 3 different strength indicators that have all pivoted down. And so 3 out of 4 of my strength indicators are directionally down. Momentum's currently down, and volume is arguably neutral because volume has pulled back. It's crossed the first moving average. It's on the second moving average.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got this crazy action, but yeah. And if you're
Yeah,
looking at,
no.
I mean, I used to draw trend lines. Now I just see it with my eyes, but you know, I used to actually draw trend lines on this crap to say, you know, right here,
Yeah, yeah. Would you
right
would you be
here,
able to do
your volume
like would you be able
changed.
to do a training video on this? Like from A to Z? Like I
Um,
picked up fragments of this along the way over the course of the weeks, but I think it'd be really useful for people who are interested in this.
yeah, I've been thinking
Um,
about putting together a multiple time frame analysis course because that's really what this is. This is a multiple time frame analysis trading technique.
yeah, exactly.
And you know what? It can be simplified, right? I mean, you've got your 1, 3, and 9 up. You could just have your purple, your purple, your purple.
Yeah,
Because if
yeah. I
you,
mean, you could do that, of course.
yeah, I mean,
Along with your
you
MACD,
could
of
just have,
course.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could just have one color up, right? Because if we take a look and we, yeah,
So, sorry to interrupt. I have 3 types of stochastic. Stochastic fast, full, and slow. Which one would I be using?
what's the middle one you said?
Fast, full, slow.
Full. Your full should line up. Yeah, and it should default to 1433. Your K should be 14, your D will be 3, and your smoothing will be 3. What platform are you using?
Thinkorswim.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
What happened?
How much you pay for your
Oh no,
commissions
no, I have a
for?
trader weight. I have a trader weight on the side.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
Where I execute. Yeah, I'm not paying Thinkorswim that money. It's insane
Okay.
how much they charge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they have the worst freaking commissions.
that
They're great from a free futures trading perspective, but and they used to have the best charting platform on the planet, but I'm now biased and think that uh, TradingView has got the best charting platform out there now.
Trading view is better and it's less load on the computer.
Oh, a lot less load. I
Yeah.
mean, I can pull up volume profile and do all sorts of stuff, and it's all
And the
computed
good
on
part
that.
is on that stuff, TradingView data is more accurate in some cases because of Thinkorswim being free on a lot of stuff. So it does helps you with the cost. Like we
Well,
cannot see 30 seconds like you can. I cannot see 30
and make no
seconds.
mistake, uh, since TD Ameritrade is letting you trade stocks for free, they're selling your order flow, which means you're not getting the best possible entry price. I mean, that's the same with Schwab and Robinhood. They're selling order flow. And so the order that you place doesn't go to the market right away. In milliseconds, it's going to other clearing firms, and they decide who wants to take your order, and they're going to make profit off of the spread between what they're able to get and what you are doing for market. Yeah, if you're doing like high volume stocks, I'm a little biased to interactive brokers. They've got low commissions and you get the market price.
So 3:14.3 1 minute. That one was blue, correct?
No, the default one for me is purple. 1433 is purple for me.
And the next one is 943.9, correct?
It's those values times 3. I'm not going to remember them off the top of my head. Yeah. Yep. K is 43 and then 99. Yep.
But 14 times 3 is 42.
This is a possible 3 drives
Oh,
here.
okay. Typo then.
But I still think we're on uptrend.
You're right. That's just a typo.
I'm still not comfortable
Sure, thank
shorting.
I'll fix that after we're done trading today. It's going to take too long to recalculate in NinjaTrader.
Top of the hour, 12 o'clock. What is the all-time high again? What is the number?
Thought we've hit it.
7 something.
77.
77. Okay. So yeah, I think we're gonna put a magnetic there.
I've got a higher high than that. I've got 83.50 on one day and then 84.75 the next. These two dojis. Oh wait, I'm looking in the wrong time frame. Holy crap, my bad. It was yesterday. Yeah, 77.
For a second, you gave me a heart attack, Duel. I was like,
Dude.
crap, Thinkorswim is running way back and everything. How did this happen?
Now, the only thing I know about Thinkorswim is the they sell their order book. That's the only thing I know about them. And for whatever reason, their commissions are bad on futures. They just haven't adopted a low-cost futures model. And their margins are crap. They pretty much make you trade maintenance margin all the time.
Man, this is a screaming double top here, and I don't feel like shorting. I still don't believe it. Maybe I'm complete wrong and be stupid, but I'm still not. We have too many sell orders, limit orders above here not to try to go there.
Like I just typoed my blue one. You know, changing the value of one indicator shouldn't
Do we
force
still
a
have
refresh on all the indicators.
the sell orders at 50 area?
What?
Are there still sell orders that are sitting at the 50 area?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, there are. There's a 129 block order sitting there right now.
have a lot of orders. That's why I'm thinking that's pushing to go there, you know. And it just came in
It's
at
only,
125 right
I mean,
there.
it's gonna do, it ate it.
125.
Yeah, it ate it just now.
Yeah.
Didn't think twice about it.
And that's what I said, I think was, you know, trying uh to bring the bring the price there. And I seen a lot of those too. Is like eat it through it, but then lose
Chokes.
momentum, chokes, come
It's
down.
like they exhausted themselves
Yeah,
getting through it.
exactly. Then come down and then go back up and push right through it. But again, we're in the area of all-time high. Today's Friday. It's just not the best thing to do right now is trade. For the people on YouTube, see you on Monday. Again, you can connect us with our Discord. Everything is on the channel. 14 days free trial. So you can come to us here and talk to us and message and etc. So don't forget to push a like button for us. That would be great. And talk to you all on Monday.